Welcome to this week's edition of This Week in the Keys with your hosts,
Katie Mott
and Clayton Huffman,
where we will be bringing to you your go-to guide for the best
week ever! If it's happening from Key Largo to Key West, you will find it here.
Whether on the water or land, even in the air, we will take you there. No matter if you're a tourist or local, we've got it all, from festivals to events, even your sports.
We will take you to the top spots and hidden gems, so not a minute of your week will be wasted. So get out your smartphones, iPads, tablets.
Turn your speakers up on your Mac or PC.
Let's get this week started!
Hello everybody, my name is Clayton Huffman. I'm here with the Key West Citizen. As you see behind me, we have the Schooner of the Western Union here in Key West, Florida. If you're coming down William Street, walking through the historic seaport, this is something you can't miss out on. It's a historical landmark down here. It's a huge 132-foot, last of the tallest ship. 75-year-old ship, for over 3 decades of its life, was laying cable down for telephone and telegraph cable. This very port here throughout the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean. Since 1974, this vessel has went through a series of home ports. Last July, it went through its Coast Guard inspection and it failed. It was prohibited from permitting commercial recreational charters such as stargazing, sunset cruises, perhaps permanently, guys. Talk about her fascinating past right now, or on this beautiful relic of a bygone era, but we are hoping for the best right now. It is in need of serious repair, and just to keep it up and running. Some of the interesting history here with this boat, it was said during World War II, this ship behind me was used to hunt Nazi submarines throughout the Atlantic and Caribbean, which is pretty interesting. Some brief history here on the Schooner, Western Union. In 1961, when tension was high between Cuba and also the United States, this ship was laying cable, or actually repairing some cable, close to the island of Cuba. A gunship came out from Cuba, ordered the ship to port there in Cuba. And while he was doing this, the captain was fearful because he had some Cuban nationals working on his boat, and they was feared that they actually be deported back to Cuba and go to jail, so they did not want to do that. So he faked engine trouble until the U.S. Navy could come down and help them back to port and kind of intervene, which is some tidbit of awesome history. And just right after this happened, about 2 weeks later, there was the Bay of Pigs invasion, which failed. But that's kind of interesting, like 2 weeks later that happened. This ship was cutting edge technology back in 1939, but by the late 70s, it was redundant. In 1997, for $455,000, Ed Swift and Chris Barland of the Historic Tours of America snapped her up and brought back down here to where she's at right now. For the next 10 years, HTA ran sunset cruises, stargazing, and all types of cruises out of this port here. Within 7, HTA could not find this ship profitable to run anymore, and they donated her to a non-profit organization. Right? Donated her to a non-profit organization called the Schooner Western Union Preservation and Maritime Museum. This is the last of the tallest ships built here in Key West, so has such historic significance for. Make no reservation, guys, this ship is in critical condition. It is in need of some intervention here, I'm sorry, to come in and do something with this ship, guys. The society has not given up hope on this. They're still trying to raise money up, but it is a uphill battle at this point. It needs immediately just $60,000 for insurance renewals. To get this ship back operational again, it is going to take $860,000. So hopefully we can get somebody on this island that we know, few people might have some money, just sitting around that type of money. Hopefully, if not, that's what it's going to take, about $860,000 to get up and get this boat, this historical landmark, up and running again. So in conclusion, guys, this is a historical landmark not only for the city of Key West, but for the state of Florida. It is one of the last of the tall wooden ships, and as wooden ships go, it takes a lot to keep them maintained. Just went over, it's going to be about $860,000 total just to get this thing, get her back up and running in all her glory. So that's the dilemma, and that's where we're at right now. So hopefully everybody can come together as a community, and we can try and figure out what we want to do to save this great piece of history of a bygone era and get her back and get people enjoying her again, because this is, to me, this is Key West, and this is history. We want to keep it alive. Thank you for watching. My name is Clayton Huffman, and you've been watching the Key West Citizen.